What's up, snitches? Welcome back to another episode of We Want Gossip with Meredith and Steph. This week, we have Bachelor hometowns and Women Tell All to recap.
For Gossip of the Week, we're going to talk about the Oscars, and we're also going to talk about the Met. Let's get into it.
Okay, we have a gossip update.
Swing.
Gabe?
What to catch up on super quick? Let's see.
Okay, I guess we could potentially have like a wedding update, I guess. We kind of found some venues that we like.
Yeah, we have a couple good venues that all have their different pros and cons and cost an arm and a leg. So that's the issue here. And we're touring one this weekend. So hopefully if we can solidify the venue, then guns blazing with all the details. But it's not super fun right now.
No. Little anxiety.
Yeah, because not a lot is getting checked off until we get like the venue. I got the guest list done, budget, things like that, but we have ideas for a million things.
Yes.
But we can't solidify anything until we have the venue.
Right.
So.
But at least the one that she's touring this weekend is giving the vibe.
It is totally giving the vibe.
We have our hopes high.
Yeah.
The bridal suite alone is giving experience.
Oh, yeah.
These people at this particular venue, like, know how to throw a shebang. Like, the groom suite, like, literally has a golf simulator, a cigar room, a bar.
It's like a total cigar lounge, like, leather, and, like, the full golf simulator is going to be sweet.
And the pool table and the shuffleboard. They balled out.
We got a floating bed in the room, like, a huge hangout area. I mean, the vibe is perfect for photos. They absolutely know what they're doing.
Yes.
Recently renovated, but it's like our hopes are almost too high that
I know.
If I go there on Saturday and it's not what we want,
right,
that's gonna be a dagger.
Yes.
And that's what I was told to avoid from the very beginning is don't have your heart too set on something.
Right.
And it's set.
I think also what the girl that Steph was talking to is like getting your hopes up and then like the date doesn't work or something where it's like we're even more up because the date
or like
does
that you didn't
work.
look at the budget that they have or the proposals and you just like love the space but it's way out of budget or doesn't hit a minimum
right, like this is checking all the boxes
including budget, vibe, everything. The cocktail hour, like
the mountain backdrop.
Oh, totally. Like
we've got bridge to Terabithia trees.
Yeah. And it's giving like the Colorado like feel we want of like for people that are flying in, but it's not like that
lodge.
The lodge that's like the 70s carpet or whatever.
Log cabin.
Yeah, and it's like the warm yellow lighting and like the red tones. Like
this is like brand new.
Neutrals.
Wood beams, bright white walls, windows.
Yeah.
So we're feeling pretty positive about it.
Pretty good. All right, Bachelor hometowns.
Let's get into it, baby.
So
I was scrolling Twitter at the wee hours of the night and I found this girl that basically kind of made like a template where she talked about the hometowns and like the way that Zach was describing each of them. Then we can give our own thoughts as well.
And each are like 3-pointers. So what he described about each girl, so like about her, and then the relationship, how he described each of their relationships, and then what he thought of their family. So we got like 3 points for each girl.
So let's start with Gabby. Gabby, I literally love. She kind of looks like you right now. Like you're kind of giving a Gabby vibe.
I can see that for sure.
Like, and she is like girl next door.
Yes.
But like so funny, so pretty. I love her. She's gonna absolutely be like hot commodity on Paradise. If she
doesn't really bug me at all. Like I like her.
And it's like, I just, like, there's some realness to her, like, with her comments.
I agree.
Because it's, like...
kind of goofy, but not over goofy. Like, you
right,
feel like
that's not her
trying.
shtick. You know, it's like, she's just herself.
Yeah.
So, Zach described her as fun. Cool.
Really detailed there.
Yep. He described the relationship as they have a lot of attraction, there's a lot of romance, makes him feel hopeful for the future. Cute.
Yeah, it doesn't... Yeah, I feel like they could be lovers or they could just be really good friends.
Yes. Like, she's just, like, the definition of warm and fuzzy. That's all I put for her. Warm and fuzzy. That's it. We say this every single year, but I'm going to say it again. Can we stop with having 4 hometowns?
Seriously.
It's bad that they do that. It is bad.
It should be the final 2. Like, meet your family and you meet theirs.
Yes.
Like, and I know, like, you need to get to know somebody. You obviously need to meet their families, but this is, like, a whole different scenario meeting the families. It's like, do you love her the most?
Yes.
You can't love anybody else. Like, I've got 3 other girls. I gotta go, like, say the same exact thing to their family.
Exactly. And literally the same. So, now let's move into Ariel. he described her as the biggest surprise of the season, that she really has a soft side and a sense of humor.
Yep.
That's how I'd sum her up.
Yeah.
You know, she's so funny and pretty, and I
know.
love that
she really has got it all. She is a full package.
And the fact that she's a New Yorker, like a true New Yorker.
I know. She gives that vibe, too.
I know. Where I go, you're like a true
I can picture,
New
like,
Yorker.
at, like, a nice dinner with, like, a glass of wine. Like,
Absolutely. Her family gives just, like bougie.
Totally bougie.
Yes.
Like, elegant, or what is it? Like, chic.
Yes. No, yes.
City chic.
100%. And I love how she was talking about New York, where it's like, you're not only meeting my family, you're meeting her.
Yeah.
Him. She's both. So, he didn't describe the relationship, I guess. This girl said, not available.
Yep. Nothing to say.
And
there.
it's like, I really don't remember him really describing.
Well, it's funny that somebody broke it down exactly like this, because I did notice. I don't remember who it was. Like, now it makes sense.
Yes.
But I remember being like, oh, it's interesting the way he's talking about, obviously, some of them versus the others. And they're, like, back-to-back the same kind of thing.
Yes.
But he's elaborating on some more than others.
Right.
You know?
So I have my own points with Ariel. So one, let's talk about the middle name birthday comment. We talked about it a little bit last week, but like, youch, it was even more painful to see.
Yeah, but it's true. I mean, he's not wrong by asking that.
No. But yeah. And then also the culture piece, which I didn't even think about that until the brother brought it up. Like, she is strict Ukrainian Jewish family.
Yeah.
You know, it's like culture is really a big part of their lives. And it's like, Jewish is the hardest religion to convert to. Like, the hardest. They don't want you. They said, we like who we have.
Yeah.
We don't need more. So it's like, I wonder in that question, is he asking, like, are you going to convert to Judaism? Are you going to be a part of this culture and this family?
Yeah.
Because it's
serious topic. Like, yeah.
So I'm like, and I don't know how he was just like, yeah, you know, lover culture.
I know, yeah.
I'm just like, that's a whole different ball game.
It really is. I was thinking that too when because I didn't realize she was Jewish, I guess, in one conversation they had.
And it's
I
like,
was
she's proud of her Jewish culture,
of course,
too.
Yeah, and it's like, so I remember thinking, like, is he willing to be fully immersed in that and, like, convert over to that? Or
right.
I don't know how they would figure that out, but it's a topic for discussion.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like she wants to leave New York either.
No.
You know?
And I thought it was super awkward when the brother first is like, why should she be dating you?
That was my
like,
next point.
Why are you good enough for her? And I get it. The pressure's on. You're being interviewed.
Yes.
You can't even think of like a word in your head. You know, like, I'm
I
blank.
bet that was probably not the question he was expecting either.
Yeah.
He was expecting, why do you want to pick? Yeah, why do you want to pick
you like
Ariel?
her? No, why should she pick you?
Yeah, which I liked.
And he goes, off to a great start. The brother.
It was the no comment, and then like he's looking at the floor, and then it's like, yep, haha, no, like not off to a great start. And then for him to say, my heart, love my heart, and I'm a good cook.
And like with the birthday and middle name thing, he's like, well, we have the rest of our lives to get to that stuff.
He goes, I disagree. Like, it doesn't really matter about the details like we have, which it's like, I agree. Yeah. Those are like facts about you. Like, but that are irrelevant, like your social security number.
And
you know,
they do have like limited time, so they're jumping all over that, like favorite color, things like that. Like they're jumping over that because they've limited time, but it is kind of like, it's a good point.
Yeah, it is a good point. Like, especially the middle name. Birthday, I almost get because it's like,
you got also, let's remember 4 other girls or 3 other girls.
Absolutely. And it's like, birthdays are hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Remembering people's birthdays are tough.
Yeah.
Like after the conversation with the brother, just not really going stellar. Then he's like shitting bricks. And then he's like, I'm more scared to talk to the dad. And then he sits down with the dad and he goes like, I don't know if you could tell, like I was really nervous. And the dad goes, and you still should be. I go, thank you.
Earlier in the day, before he met the family, when he said to her that he's nervous, she goes, I can tell.
Yeah.
I go, perfect. So it's just oozing off of me.
And like, remember what Ariel said to Zach on their like one-on-one? Like how her dad was like thinking this was like a sex show. He was like, what do they do on there? Orgies?
Yeah.
And she's like, no.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough.
So that was fun. That was really fun. Fam, basically how it kind of rounded out in this was strict family, strict brother. Yeah, I would say that was pretty much the highlight.
Fact.
Charity. Didn't really say much about her. So
crickets.
Yeah. And it's like I knew his like connection was the weakest with Charity. Don't you feel like the same? Yeah. He said their relationship was easy and effortless.
Yeah,
and
I just didn't see the spark.
No.
Even the entire season, I didn't.
Absolutely.
Where I'm like, she's a great girl. I'm not shocked that she's still here.
Right.
But it was just like, I never saw the spark between them at all.
Because he is so bad at faking the spark. You know, like, he's really bad at it. Oh, let's be honest. It's like him talking to Katie. It's like butterflies and rainbows and hearts, like, flinging off his face.
Unicorns.
Literally. But then the other ones, he's like, it's his face. Like,
Yeah.
love ya.
Yep.
So, but I did like Charity's family like
Yeah.
a lot. They were cool. They were cool.
Yeah, they
vibe.
were fun.
And her brother was cool.
Yep.
Okay, Katie. Obviously she's winning.
Miss America.
Literally. So
I love her to death.
she is so sweet.
Yeah. Drop dead gorgeous.
I mean, literally
great personality.
stunning.
Warm and
Yes.
fuzzy. Love to see it.
Yes.
And I think they have fireworks. between them.
Absolute fireworks. That's what I'm saying. Where I go, he is literally saying, "Katie,
Come on."
The relationship makes him feel like himself. There's an undeniable pull between the two of them. The mom is so loving, welcoming, and he can see her as his mother-in-law. Signed, sealed, and delivered. I hate hometowns.
Seriously.
It's like literally crickets bore me to sleep, please.
It is up there with those stupid group dates where they
Yes.
have to like do the random shit.
So, not much to write home about for the rest of that, but we do have some things to write home about Women Tell All.
Woo!
Actually, more spicy than I thought it
Yeah.
was going to be because this season didn't have a whole lot of drama, but we can also consider this as Bachelor in Paradise auditions.
Absolutely, and everybody knows it.
Everybody knows that. They said, I'm bringing my A
And
game.
Brooklyn said, I am first in line.
Yeah. Brooklyn looked good.
Yeah. She's a firecracker, but honestly, I'll hand it to her. She will stick her ground.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, and I mean it. I still mean it. I don't care if it hurt your feelings.
Yes.
Fact.
So let's start off with the girls themselves. I noticed this, and it's like, I'm not judging because this is me to a
too.
degree, like so painfully me. I mean,
too.
I feel like you're pretty good about washing your hands after self-tanner, but me, somehow,
Yeah.
they will always turn orange.
My feet don't even.
So Christina, girly, coming from a fresh spray tan, I mean, girl was Oompa Loompa orange on her hands.
I
And I was
know.
like, you know, when they're introduced, like, I go, Christina girly. And it's like, it's the palm. Everyone else's is our bright
Yeah.
white.
And you know, she tried to scrub it. I'm sure
she tried to
there's
scrub
coming
that.
off.
No.
No.
Forget
That's
it.
all right.
And it's like, can someone remedy that, please? For the love of God.
Yeah.
It's like, there's just, sorry, you're screwed now.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was one thing. Like we already said, Brooklyn looked amazing. Charity looked the best.
Giving me like Tasha vibes
I mean,
of
absolutely nailing her hair,
clean
her
up girl
outfit.
energy, cool girl energy.
I'm like, yes.
Come on.
Also, where are a few of our like people? Like Brianna was
Yeah,
missing,
I
which
didn't
I
even
wish
notice that.
Brianna was there to weigh in on the Christina
I
conversation.
know.
Because let's talk about that really fast. That went really awry. The whole Christina thing, like, they're pissed about Christina basically talking about her one-on-one. Like, when I had the one-on-one.
Right.
And, like, when Charity won the group date, her being like, well, I'm just confused.
Yeah. And
Why
like that she
didn't-
sucked the energy out of every room or something.
Yes. So the points that were first made was Olivia, the girl that was sent home on night one. She's coming to Christina's aid. She's saying, actually, Christina, you get your bag. You get what you want. Like, you were
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then Kat says, like, you got sent home night one. And she goes, well, he, like, got to know your personality and then sent you home. So what does that say about you?
Yeah.
I
I set down my makeup and was like jaw dropping, like mic drop.
What a way to kick off the episode.
And it's true.
I know.
You know, where it's like, and he got to know you and then he sent you home. So
Yep.
that says a lot more about you.
Which, it's like, everyone gets sent home besides
No,
one person.
totally,
So it's
totally.
like,
Yeah.
But, yeah, when she said that, I go, ooh, youch. I wish
Because everybody always says that when people pipe up that went home super early or the
Yes.
first night, they're always like, you got sent home, take a seat. And it's
Yes.
like, well, he got to know you and still sent you home, so
Yeah.
that's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
But,
So,
I don't
yeah.
know. And then I do think Christina handled, like, she just didn't want her on the radar anymore. You know, where she was just like, I'll learn from this. I appreciate the thoughts.
Right.
I feel sad that that's how you guys thought I was treating you, or like I made you feel uncomfortable.
Well-
I've never been told that.
Yeah, I just was like, really? And like the people that were piping up was Olivia, the girl I got sent home on night one that wasn't even there, And then also Madison, the girl that was sent home on night 1, the one that was like crying after she kissed him. And then Kat was also piping up. And then Genevieve. And it's like Genevieve was the only one that was there, actually there. And it's like, and she got still sent home so early.
And for Kat to say anything to her about having respect for the other girls or anything like that, it's like, Kat, you need to also take a seat.
I was
You're in trouble for very similar things.
Yeah, the 4 of them speaking so, like, I was just like, what is happening?
And maybe I'm not getting it. Like, I know some of the comments she made were a little insensitive or just, like, more self-serving a little bit or, like, you know, not the right moment. The things that Christina maybe said or, like, I could see how it rubbed girls the wrong way a bit.
Totally.
But I don't see the big issue there. I mean, we weren't living in the house with her maybe enough, but I'm like, I really liked her from the get-go.
Well, and also it was like, she got sent home, like, week 3, like, week 2.
And she's just got a big personality. Like, you know, I think that's just, like, who she is. Like, I think people are taking it the wrong way, and maybe she should have a little bit of a filter or like read the room.
Yes.
When to make a comment, but
well, she did post a TikTok of, you know, like those TikToks where they're like listening to music and someone comes up and like asks what song you're listening to.
Oh yeah.
It's like she's listening to music and someone comes up, he's like, what song are you listening to? And she goes, I'm listening to Help Me, Please Help Me by Christina Mandrell. You know, like she was on the stairs, help me.
I saw her do another TikTok that I thought was really funny,
Yeah.
like her running away or something. I don't know. It was funny.
Yeah, so I'm like,
I liked
her too. I hope she's on Paradise.
Yeah.
But
and I think her response was good of like, I've never been told that I make people uncomfortable. Like, that's awful.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Well,
like,
and then also after that comment, Kat says, you know, like the whole sucked up all the energy or all the air in the room.
No, she had too much energy. She had too much air to fill the room.
Yes, like
she didn't suck anything out. She put too much out there.
And it's like, I get what she's trying to say. She's trying to say like what Christina did put a damper on everyone else.
Yeah,
and
like
it
controlled the like everybody's like.
Yeah, because now everyone's feeling the tension. It's not like we're all happy that Charity got the group date rose. We're all now feeling annoyed because you
were
somehow,
bugging everybody.
Yeah, you somehow think you deserve it more than her. Right. And it's like you're questioning, why did you get it?
Yeah.
How could I not get it? So it's like, I get what she's trying to say.
Yeah. And everybody else seems to say that to the cameras after the group dates when they don't get the rose. They're all like, I don't know why I didn't get it. Like, I put everything on the line. I said enough. Like, I really thought I was getting it. She just happened to say it in front of the girl that did get it.
Yes.
You know? So, whatever.
Yeah, when Kat said that, all like the randos, Kat, Madison, Olivia, they started going ham on her. And I'm just like, once again, you guys were not there. I am confused.
If anyone's sucking the energy out of the room, I feel like it's Kat.
No, straight up. She is like, I don't even know.
I cannot read her.
Well, it's not even like she did anything that bad, but the way she acts, like, I hate nothing more than that. And it's like
it's like Kara from Siesta Key a little bit.
Yes.
It's just like,
it's not even that you're saying anything bad.
What's like irritating me about you, or
right?
Like the way that you're like,
people really think she's like a mean girl too. Like I've seen when I was scrolling on Twitter, a lot of people are like, she is giving like high school mean girl,
or like it's almost like her facial expression when she listens to people talk or something. It's just like it's her smirk. I don't know what it is, but it's giving like entitlement, or I don't know.
And it's like, and she's thinking because she's holding back, like, that she's like the better person, whereas Brooklyn over here is like saying whatever the hell she wants, and everyone's like, "Yay, Brooklyn!"
I know.
You know, it's like she's trying to be like, you were going over too far.
Yeah, which I agree that Brooklyn did need to pump the brakes after a little bit. She said her piece. She stuck up for her friend. Like, drop it at that point. She did kind of like reel it in.
Yeah. Next up, we have Anastasia. I'm confused. Like all the way around. First off, the fact that like. Her job as being a content creator doesn't matter. No. That doesn't matter at all, even though that's exactly what we were talking about. You know, it's like, I would think that they'd be able to cut her a little grace and be like, that's your entire job. No wonder the girls in the house were asking you about it.
Yeah.
And then the whole boyfriend comment
came out of left field.
From that Victoria and Kat, and they're like, we have receipts.
She's like, you know exactly who sent it to me. Like, he was watching your dog, and like, that got really awkward really fast.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, came out of left field. And she really did not have a good excuse of like...
Well, it did. I don't know. I kind of was like... I don't know. I was kind of believing Anastasia where she was like...
I agree. I think
it was some dude she was probably hooking up with, and nothing was serious. Yeah. She got an audition, or she got an opportunity to go on the show, and she's like, I'm going.
And it's kind of that comment out of... what was it? Who said it to her?
Victoria and Kat.
Okay. They like that comment kind of gave me when Shanae outed Genevieve after the final rose or whatever, and was like for DMing Aaron.
Yeah.
Or where I'm just like, you really felt like you were reaching for straws, and now you laid that out there so quickly. It was just almost like trying to get at that person. You weren't planning on doing that.
Yes.
And you, like, oh.
I know, where it backfires immediately, kind of. Where everyone's like,
That's not even what we're talking about. And then show the receipts then if you have the receipts. Like, you should have came ready to, if you're going to say that kind of shit, prove it. Like,
exactly.
Because she's not going to admit to it.
No. And it's like, she was like, who was watching your dog? And she's like, my mom.
My gosh.
And then they turn it over to Kylie. And they're like, Kylie, what do you think? And then it got really about, like, their interaction and the whole, like, fight aggressive comments.
Yeah.
Which
I agree with the points they made on her.
Yes.
I thought that from the very get-go.
Me too.
When she was saying she's trying to fight me, I go, that came out of Brooklyn's mouth or anybody else's mouth? Well, maybe not Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Brooklyn would actually throw hands. She would mean I am throwing hands.
Yes.
But, like, anybody else, you wouldn't be like, I'm scared of her. She was super aggressive wanting to fight me. You know damn well that's not what she meant.
I thought that was whack even when we watched it.
Agreed.
And also,
I'm glad they made that point.
Yeah, and the way that Genevieve, like, explained it was so succinct.
Yes.
And just, like, everybody could kind of get it right away.
Yep, totally.
Yes. It's funny how Anastasia then tried to be like, well, we talked about it. And Kylie was immediately like, don't act like we were, like, talking.
Yeah, but I accept your apology now.
Yeah.
There was no apology prior. Like,
No.
you just wanted to save your own ass to feel better.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's talk about Zach, when Zach comes out and how he addresses all the women. Well, the ones that we thought were highlights.
Yep.
Kat. I didn't really get his response to that. She basically was saying, where did you think the turning point is? And Steph, can you tell me where the turning point was, please?
Well, I will say with the Brooklyn thing.
Absolutely, thank you.
That's as soon as that group date happened where he's like, something was off.
It was the group date where they're looking in each other's eyes. That's when it shifted.
Yep.
And we already debriefed that it was all because of the whole Brooklyn situation. Right. But he did say when they broke up, like, something has shifted between us. You know, it's like something is different now.
Yeah.
And so she's trying to ask, when did the shift change for, like, when did it change for you? And he just says, I don't think the moment switched. Nothing changed. I just had to make a hard decision.
Yeah, I just had to make a decision.
And she was just like, okay, for sure. Which, that answer, that question never gets answered, ever.
No. Because, I mean, really, like...
Because it's like a lot of the time, nothing was wrong. Nothing did happen.
No, and that was... And a lot of these are, like, besides, like, you know, Charity, who, like, just got sent home. A lot of them, it's like... it's been a minute. We've already filmed this. We've had the breakup. I don't remember the exact reason with this random girl halfway through the season. Like,
absolutely. And then Charity was going to ask the same question. And once again, she's like, I don't even think you're going to have an answer to that. Mm-hmm. Jess, he was definitely expressing that he was frustrated during that conversation. You know, it's like, she was basically saying, like, you were so upset when I left. But, like...
And we said the same thing. We're like, the tears he's showing after everybody leaves, he's not showing, like, any of that emotion in the conversations when they're leaving. Like,
absolutely
wait till they're in the car to then, like, show his emotions, where I'm like, but you're expecting every single one of them to be raw and open to you.
Right.
But then when they are and you don't like what they're saying and you can't resonate with that, you just put up a shield and send them off and then you cry. Like...
Well... And I saw this thing on TikTok this morning, this woman that was talking about, like, men's emotional intelligence. And it's not saying that Zach doesn't have any, but she was like, how many times have you, like, talked to a man and you're communicating with them, but they take it as confrontation? Mm. And I would say that is pretty much what Jess was doing, like, in that conversation. You know, she was just saying, like, you keep telling me you like me, unless every single person is getting chosen over me every single week. We are 7 weeks in, and I've not gotten a date. Like, I guess that kind of is a confrontation, but, like, not really.
She's just expressing her feelings. Like, otherwise, what is she supposed to do? Just slap on a happy face? Like, but everybody else can tell you when they're feeling sad that they already got a one-on-one and they're jealous of the other girls that are getting one and they're, like, think they're losing that connection. He'll console them. Yeah. She brings up a valid reason to just be feeling insecure. Like, just wants to be reassured. That's all she was looking for.
And it's like, she even said, like, I kind of felt, like, led on. You know, it's like with Greer, I don't think he led her on. I think there was a clear distance. It made sense. It's like with her and him, like, they had a lot of physical connection. Like, they were always, like, kissing and making out. It's like, for her, she's thinking, he really likes me. Yeah. But then why is everybody else literally getting chosen before me?
The actions are not matching up.
Exactly. And actions speak louder than words. So.
And she's like, I'm not going to beg. She's like, I've begged for every relationship, every guy in my life. I am done begging. Like,
yes.
Love that for her.
And she was like, I was so proud of myself for, like, sticking. And I feel like I could tell that she probably has in the past gotten walked on. Right. like walked all over by guys and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Like just wanting it to work and trying so hard. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm done begging. Like,
yeah, for real. And I think that did make him mad a little bit too, that she was like, I'm not going to beg for you. Sorry. Also, what's interesting though, I will say, is you don't have to beg, but this is the point of the show. Like, if the roles were reversed and it was a bachelorette and some dude said to her, well, I'm not going to beg for you, and then left, I would be like, trash! Sayonara!
like, yeah,
garbage!
seriously, hit the road, buddy.
Yeah, whereas with her, we're like, yeah,
Woo!
leave, girl. Go ahead.
Love that for her.
So I will say it is kind of a double standard. So, and then really quickly, let's just talk about the whole sex week thing. I was dying laughing at that every single time Jesse said it. Because remember, like, in, like, the trailer, it's like, this week is typically known as sex week. And it's like, they literally put that in the intro. And it's like, Jesse can't let it go. And Zach, you can tell he hates it. And Zach is like, I said it one time. I said it once. And it's like, and then we saw the previews for the next week where it's
and
like,
I tried to go back and watch the previews real quick, but like, is it clear who he sleeps with?
I think
or
it's
if
Katie.
he does sleep with one?
Yes, it is clear. Because he's crying.
Everybody was sobbing. So
he was crying, saying, like, I did one thing, or like I said one thing and did another. And it's funny because he goes, I acted with my head and not my heart. And I go, no, sir, what you acted with was your penis.
Your beep.
Yeah, let's not act like that head was making those decisions, thinking this was... If anything, your head would be saying, sir,
yeah,
you told all the women you wouldn't be sleeping with them, and now you're sleeping with one.
Yeah.
Like, hello... And then now, it's backfiring even on the girl that he did sleep with, which we think is Katie.
Because I was like, do you regret it? Like,
exactly, and that's what he was saying. He goes, like, that was a beautiful moment, which I hate.
And now it's ruined.
And he goes, it doesn't take away from, like, anything that we experienced, but now I have all these people upset with me for what I did... Which is just like kind of putting a damper on the moment they did have. Where I go, that's
why am I like, don't fucking tell anybody. Keep your mouth shut.
Well,
it's your own private time.
Yes.
But he shouldn't have let into it saying he's not gonna, because now he has to be truthful.
Absolutely.
Especially if he doesn't pick one of the other girls or whatever.
Yes.
But it's kind of like, my biz is my biz in there.
Absolutely. But that's not the way it works no mo.
This is always the downfall of like the final relationship this week of the fantasy suites.
It was all Peter's fault. Peter and Maddie Pruitt. I blame both of you.
Yeah.
Because it's like, Hannah... No problem. She slept with all of them besides Tyler Cameron, and we were like,
yeah, seriously,
5 times in a windmill.
Yeah.
And then it was like with Peter and Maddie, that's when all of a sudden we started talking about it because she put the line in the sand, if you sleep with them, you're not getting me. And then he did, and then blah, blah.
One thing after another. Then we have Clayton with Rachel and Gabby, and it's I love you both. I tell you both deep in. Let's break up together as a threesome. No, and that's gonna go over super well.
Oh my God. So it's like all of this is just, I think it's gonna only work out because I think he's gonna pick Katie, and I only think he's gonna sleep with Katie. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and that would be the way to get her to forgive him. And be like, I know that this has backfired and everyone's mad at me, but it's like, you're the only one I'm gonna pick, so that's why I fucked you.
Yeah, seriously.
Dude.
I hope it's her.
Me too.
Oh, and then obviously the grand news is that
Charity's the Bachelorette.
Yeah, I almost called her Gabby.
I loved the way they announced it.
Yeah.
So chill.
Yeah.
Not that stupid ass stuff where they pull people out of the crowd and make them do it. It was like in the dressing room.
Yep.
Quick little questionnaire.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Love that for her. She's about to get attention out of the ass.
That's where that ends.
And that brings us to Gossip of the Week.
Hell yeah.
And the Oscars.
Go to. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Charity!
Okay, the Oscars.
Well, the carpet was changed from the red carpet to the champagne carpet. But my question is, so Mary had a good point of like that, so you thought nobody had a clue that it was changed to champagne, and so many people dressed in like white or champagne.
Well, I've seen both points. I saw a point of like, they thought it was going to be red, so everyone's stylist dressed them in like white and black, mainly like a lot of people wore white.
Yeah.
To not clash with the carpet. And then I also saw the point of they did know the carpet was going to be white, and so they thought they'd be different and wear white, and then everybody had that same idea and wore white. And then like only Cara Delevingne wore red.
And she's one, I think, one of my number one best dressed for me.
Absolutely.
And what a comeback for her.
I know.
After her, like, which I need to watch her Vogue interview about like the recent stuff that she went through with like addiction. But
yes,
she looked 10 out of 10.
That's the best glam bot I've ever seen. Did you see her glam bot?
Yes.
Where she's twirling the dress and it's like just her eyes and everyone is like, that right there is how you know it's a model.
Like, the striking facial features that like Angelina Jolie does of like, you know, just like the, not everybody has those features.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And when I was watching E! News, there were like red carpet like stuff as they were going down. Yeah, they were saying like, interesting, everybody knew that it was champagne colored carpet and they still chose to wear white.
Oh.
That's what they said, but I go, there's no way that or maybe it got changed, they didn't know and it was too late, they already had the dresses or something, but it does seem weird to still go forward with it.
Right. Pedro Pascal looked good.
Totally.
Isn't that just crazy? Like, not only just Pedro Pascal, but also Michelle Yeoh, she won Best Actress. Like, Pedro Pascal has literally been acting since he was like 19. He's like 50-something now, and he is now reaching the absolute prime of his life in acting. I know. Like, where he is right now, like I was reading something, he's like the most popular celebrity in Hollywood. He's Mandalorian, he's in The Last of Us.
You need to watch Mandalorian.
Yes.
The new season is out right now, and we're watching it. It's so good. And, yeah. He looks pretty good. Yeah, even though he's wearing a helmet and armor the entire time.
Yeah. I feel like this is just like the year of comebacks for so many people. Like, obviously, the dude from Everything Everywhere All at Once, the guy that won Best Supporting Actor, Key, I think his name's Key. Like, he won. That was a comeback. Brendan Fraser won Best Actor with The Whale, and it's like, oh, that man, he is the sweetest guy. He was not acting for a really long time. He comes back to Hollywood, wins Best Actor. And then Michelle Yeoh, she's the same thing. Loved her speech where she is like, ladies, don't let anybody tell you you're past your prime, because it's like, once again, she's like 50-something winning. Where it's like all these people think you gotta do all this stuff when you're young, and it's like they're hitting their peak at like 50 years old.
Michael Scott was like, you know, I mean, he wasn't like super old, but he was like what when he first Steve Carell.
Yeah,
but wasn't he like
was 40?
40,
when he first got his like first role, he was 40.
That's what I thought. I'm like, that's crazy. And
I know.
Steve Carell, like what?
It's like
and Rihanna obviously looked gorgeous. Her performance was awesome. Lady Gaga's performance was awesome.
Yeah,
and one of the designers, gosh, what is his name? He was on. During the red carpet, he was doing an interview with E! And he was saying how 2 days prior or something, right before the Oscars is about to happen, they have a pipe burst in their warehouse, wherever it was, with all the dresses, everything. Pipe burst, soaked all of the gowns, every single piece. He had to redo everything in like 24 hours, basically. Like, had to redo everything.
The stress.
Save what he could. And then he was like, it was hours of labor. And he didn't want to tell everybody because then they're going to freak out. They have to reapprove everything. He's like, we need to make it almost to a T what it was, or revamp it and just beg them to be okay with it, because each person has already done all their fittings. They are fully ready for this. And now you have to redo the whole process. And he said one of the final gowns, I forget who was wearing it, that was covered in like diamonds and sequins. He was like, I myself flew with this, overnighted. He was like, this morning I went and personally dropped it off and was like, this gown is getting to you. If there's the last thing I do about it. Like,
that's the stress I do not
need. Way. The last minute hysteria and everything's ruined by the water.
Oh my God.
So, no thank you. All right, Met Gala.
Kardashians are axed.
If this is true.
It is. It's true. I saw somebody confirm it.
Then why are we even having it?
I am just...
That is all I care about for the event.
Well, and it's like, I'm just confused.
Last year, every single person was invited for the first time, basically.
Yes.
And then this year, none of them are invited. Shocking to the ego for them. And then even more shocking, we figure out we looked up what the theme is.
Yes, it's the Karl Lagerfeld. So he was a designer that recently passed.
A line of beauty.
Yes. So I think it's supposed to be like based off of his designs, kind of like an honor to him since he passed away. But specifically Kendall, because I mean, she was a model. Like, I know that she posted like a post for him when he died. The Kardashians, I'm pretty sure like all of them did. Like, they really know him.
Yeah.
So for it to be him as the theme and then not have any of them invited, it's confusing.
It is backwards, and I'm interested. Like, I hope it's on like their new season or something. Or
yeah, it'll
probably be in the next
they're
season.
They're definitely going to be talking about that for sure.
I need,
because Kim is going to be
Kris
like,
Jenner's probably got all her phones ringing off the hook of being like,
And
how
it's-
are we getting in?
And it's like, I swear to God, like, Chris and Anna Wintour were friends. Like, I'm just
What?
confused.
And they bring so much press. Everybody talks
Yes.
about Kylie and Kendall's like outfits together. Everybody talks about what's
Well,
Kim gonna wear.
absolutely.
Her jewel drip dress. I mean,
Absolutely.
we had Travis Barker, Courtney last year.
And also, like, what did Kim wear last year?
Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
And then Chloe wore something very similar to hers.
Yes. But I'm just like, that every other year besides that year, because it's like, obviously she got to wear Marilyn Monroe's dress, but I'm like, all the other times she was always styled by Kanye. And it's like, this would be the first time that she would be really able to pick her own dress. Like, obviously she got to pick the Marilyn Monroe dress, but that's not like a gown made for you. It's like you're trying to fit into an iconic gown that's already known.
A vibe that's already created.
Which also, like, that alone brought so much press last year. I just don't get it.
And it's just like, where?
Believe me, Karl Lagerfeld, great, sure. What? With the theme, you know, it's like, I get honoring him.
I don't know.
I just don't know
means.
like what the theme is going to be, I guess, you know, whereas like when it was
When other
gilded
designers are-
glam, that's a theme I can get behind.
Right.
And people still didn't even deliver. This, I don't even know what to expect.
Right, because if that designer has, you know, specific things about them, or you know what I mean, like certain styles that they always did, like is everybody going to wear similar styles then? Or,
Yeah.
I guess their own twist on it?
I did find a pair of Karl Lagerfeld boots at a Plato's Closet once, and they were so gorgeous, and I was like, they were too small, and I was ramming my foot in that
Every
bitch
time
trying
Play-Doh Closet, when I remember like seeing like a Steve Madden boot or something, I'm like, I'm fitting this on.
Literally. And like those boots are like $1,000 and they were like $60 at Plato's Closet, and I'm like, if I can just squeeze my foot in this bitch.
Seriously.
Didn't work.
Okay. All right, Snitches, that's a wrap on this week's episode. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and leave a review.
And we will see you snitches next week for another gossip update. Anything we should catch up on?
Anything? I got nobody's home. No one's home. All right.
Oops, sorry.
Big in her nose.
I was burping, but yeah, that's not better.